Mombie, breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene. Warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie, no matter where you are.
And now, sci-fi mamacita.
Holly? When is this? Where am I?
It's Monday, and you're in a corridor.
Bass. It also helps if I didn't have my microphone muted. Hi. How's everybody doing today? It's been a marvelous Monday for me, and now it turned manic. Okay, great. So, how was everybody's Mother's Day? I hope you had a good time telling your mom or your adopted mom or, you know, whoever you consider mom, happy Mother's Day. We had a wonderful time with the grandbaby. I got her this really cute, she loves gnomes. And so I got her this really cute statue that goes in the front yard of one of my childhood homes. And it lights up. It's so cute. Like there's two gnomes holding a welcome sign. It lights up. I was like, oh, this is up mom's alley. She'll love this. So, and then my kids got me something so cool because the movie comes out in 2 weeks. Isn't that awesome? It's a journal with a cool pen. So I was like, yeah, I need more journals. I need more books like this. This is going to become my production notebook because I'm out of the normal production notebooks I use. Bootsy's looking at me funny. I think he's just tired. He's just being a weirdo. Don't forget to smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, please. And thank you. I hope everybody is doing great. Let me know what you're thinking out there today. I'd like to hear it. So let's go through the chat. Say hello to everybody. Hello, Michael Morris. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Yes, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Kind of jumping the gun just a little. So we'll talk about Michael Pennington here in a moment. Let's see. Hello, Jamie Lynn. How are you? You know what? What do you know? I hope it's good. So good to see me. Yes. Well, as I've been saying, hello, Ads, Kimchi, D Loves, and Gorgeous Lemon Guidance. Welcome to the Galactic Café. Hope you guys are doing great today on this Manic Monday. Is it Manic or Marvelous Monday? Tell me in the chat. I'd like to know. Don't forget to smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, please. And thank you. Appreciate you all. Well, I do have a little update to what was happening with me and YouTube on my watch hours. Bitch, and you find out, you get stuff back. So, yes, my watch hours are slowly building back up again. So thank you all so much for watching our content on YouTube. I greatly appreciate you. It is so frustrating. Small content creators are just kind of just like overlooked all the time out there. And it's frustrating. So hello, tall, cool number one. Welcome to the Galactic Café. Hope you're doing great today. So I just it's Hamburger Monday. We're having white chicken chili Monday with cornbread. Uh-oh, what happened? There it goes. Okay. My phone is acting up. But anyways, you don't always have to stick to the conventional stuff, Is it Hamburger Helper Monday, Jamie? Well, before we get in, I have a rant. I have to do it because it's really frustrating. And I talked with my family about it yesterday. I think it's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. And I want to hear what you guys think. Let's do some housekeeping, shall we, here at Sci-Fi Mombie? We will never, and Sci-Fi Mombie Studios. Hello, Slicksta. Welcome. We will never, ever personally DM you for donations. Nope. And actually, quite honestly, if you don't want to donate money or products, to Sci-Fi Mombie, the best thing you could do is smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, especially over on TikTok. We've been doing really great over on TikTok. So tap that screen, join the fan club. But we have 5 legitimate ways. If you choose to send us some help, we would greatly appreciate it. You could buy us a cup of coffee at Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/sci-fi mombie. We also have a Throne account. We have a creators page where you can, we've asked for some things. Hello, Rory's Rustic Roots Farm. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. We've asked for some giveaways. We've asked for some tech gadgets because if you haven't watched us from the beginning, then you don't know that we have always had tech issues. Always. It never fails. And so we're finally at like a good spot where we're coasting. It's kind of nice. But, we're wanting to expand and grow, and we need more, we need like cameras. Hello, Dexter Bradshaw and Blue Lantern. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. And we're also wanting to just grow, expand and grow. So thank you, Blue Lantern. Appreciate it. So throne.com/sci-fi Mombie. We also have Patreon memberships. They're $3 a month. Go to patreon.com/user !u=849 72353. Hello, Panda Magic 80. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We also have TikTok fan club memberships. Go to the live. Go to my name. There's a heart. Press the heart. It's that simple. They're $10 a month. Or go to tiktok.com/@sci-fi Mombie. And we also have a Venmo account. Search us out at @SCIFI MOMBIE. Or scan all the QR codes on all the other platforms. Sorry, TikTok. When I try to show it to you guys, they limit me for an hour. It's like you can't fundraise for yourself on TikTok. So, all right. What the? Something weird. Something strange is going on. Something's wrong. Oh, sorry. My bad. And of course, we are all over social media. We stream daily to Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, and TikTok. I could also stream to Patreon and Substack, but we also have Mastodon, Blue Sky, Threads. I think I can also stream to Discord. Lemon8, IMDb Pro, Pinterest, Reddit, and Counter Social. My limitation right now on that is because the live streaming software I use, you have to buy the like corporate level. Hello, Shells. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. And Papa Smuggus. Welcome. You have to buy the corporate level package to get this unlimited stream to every place you could think of. And I refuse to pay $250 a month. Hello, user 676. Welcome to Galactic Cafe. So, you know how that goes. All right. We also have our own website at sci-fi-mombie.com. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, topic suggestions, book club suggestions, hello, Ms. Mags, email us at questions@sci-fi-mombie.com. All right. Housekeeping out of the way. All right. As I warned, rant incoming. Here it comes. Ready? This just really grinds my gears. I grew up in the Southern Baptist Church. Okay, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins. Okay. I've been saved since I was 7 years old. And 2 months after that, I was baptized. Okay. I've been baptized ever since. I'm 40. So therefore, I've been a Christian for 40 years. We were force-fed the 10 Commandments. How many times have you, okay, if you're a Christian in the chat, say, yep, that's me. How many times were you force-fed the 10 Commandments growing up in church? Hello, Becca Miller, welcome. So hello, Mr. Nobody. It absolutely pisses me off that Donald Trump has a gold statue erected to him. Hello, Mr. Nobody. Thou shalt make no false idols. Graven images. Yes? What did Moses do to Aaron when he came off Mount Sinai with those tablets? When he saw that golden calf? What did he do? It cost him entering the Holy Land. Hello, Bodhi. Welcome. I am absolutely offended that my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ are worshiping a man that is not a Christian, that does not care about God, that believes he's God. The guy is walking. Guys, look, there's more than 5 news outlets reporting. Hello, Haverkamp, welcome. That Donald Trump is walking around the White House saying, I'm the most powerful man deity that's ever walked the earth. What? No, you're not. You're a man just like everybody else. Hello, Catherine. Welcome. Hope you're doing great today. Handmade home. So let me show you this monstrosity, okay? Because it offends me. And I don't know how you feel about it, but, you know, it is absolutely ridiculous. This should not be happening. Hello, D. Albert M. Welcome to the Galactic Café. This right here. And I pulled up, I'm sorry I can't show it to you on TikTok. I don't know how to yet, but I deliberately pulled up the picture where the Independent is reporting about The Boys season 5. That was written a year before this shit went down. And Homelander has a gold statue erected to him in the show. But now Donald Trump is standing there like this with a gold statue? I don't think so. Tear it down, melt it down, sell the gold, sell it to feed the poor, feed the hungry. I'm sorry. This is absolutely ridiculous. There is no way God is going to bless this nation like this. There are so many things that, you know, God wouldn't bless us with anyways, but for this crap that's been erected, before I switched off the Mark Thompson show, they had on the press conference right now for the damn gold statue. Hello, Hoops. Welcome to the Galactic Café. I feel like I'm living in the upside down. Hello, June from Texas. Welcome. Friday. Welcome. I just don't understand how my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ got here. I don't understand it. How am I a divergent? I don't fall for his bullshit. Is it because I worked in the media and I knew that The Apprentice was scripted? Hello, Daniela. Welcome. Is it because I researched him before the 2016 election? I knew he tried to run for president several times before. You know, as a Democrat. Guys, he used to be a Democrat. He still is, if you think about it. Although he is what we would call now a Dixiecrat. Because modern day Democrats do not believe in large corporation anymore. We believe in the working man. All I'm saying is this nonsense has to stop. This is ridiculous. The more and more I see stuff like this and I hear the reports out of the White House, the more and more I am starting to have the belief that every unalivement attempt was staged. Guys, I got to tell you, hello, Kona Girl 74, in Butler, the blood on his hands was not real blood. Because once blood leaves your body, it turns brown. Hello, Damon. Welcome. That was not brown blood. That was stage blood. I've seen, look, guys, I have a degree in film. I have seen many stage productions where they use fake blood. and that's not real. Hello, flat earth lifer. Welcome. So all I'm saying is this offends me. The 10 Commandments clearly state, do not make any graven images of, Hello, Bianca. Welcome to Galactic Café. And Zeke Vigil. Not for the weak. I like that screen name, dude. That's pretty cool. But the meek shall inherit the earth, according to Matthew. The Beatitudes. I don't look, somebody explain it to me. How does the man who's been married 3 times get the support of evangelicals? He's not a good businessman. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Look, guys, I've read pretty much every book I can find my hands on, including Mary Trump's books about him. The man bought his own. This is Mother Jones, by the way. Go look it up. The man bought his own debt and put it in a shell corporation. And he sits there making money off the interest. Did you know that? So I don't buy anything this administration puts out. And I'm absolutely applauding The View and ABC for standing up. I'm sorry. No, that is free speech. And I'm sorry that it hurt his little fragile ego, but grow some thicker skin. So, all right, rant achieved. And we're going to move on. So, hey, Fred, what's up? Hello, Lady Mist. How are you? Hope you're doing great today. Let's see, Fred says, I hate Mondays. I hate Mondays so bad. They need to invent a new word for my hatred of Mondays. Maybe we should come up with that and patent it and then sell merchandise off it, right? Ugh, really? Yeah, I know. That golden statue looks like shit. Exactly. That was not real blood. For a tiny nick? No. Lady Mist, you and I know that having that kind of projectile at you would do more damage than that. He was supposedly, hello D, welcome. He was supposedly scratched from glass from the teleprompters. What is sadder is that firefighter behind him was unalived. And his widow, I could not believe what I read. I was like, lady, you got to be kidding me. You really believe that? So, hello, Rhonda Wheeler. Welcome. I worry about this country all the time. I worry about why people are so easily brainwashed. And then I think back 40 years, Heritage Foundation. So, because it brings the money, who? Not the working man. Not the evangelicals. Yeah. It's simple German brainwashing. Only my hatred of evangelicals can overcome my hatred of Mondays. I'm a former evangelical, so I'm glad you don't hate me. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Anna and Doreen. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. That's why I don't go to church anymore. For one, I got in a fight with people at my old church, which now pretty much look like a country club instead of a church. And 2, these are elders that I looked up to. Even my own grandparents got, before they unfortunately passed away, they got pulled in. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. My own grandparents. So bring out the needle eye and see how many can fit. Exactly. Hello, Lady Mist. Hope you're doing great today. Check out Orville Nation. They are fabulous. Yes. Yeah, I know. Those in government. I know. And that's the scary part. Okay, here's a good one. Hello, Jen, Ken, Texas, and Denise Whitson 8. Here's something scary. Okay, let's do a little history lesson. Do you guys know that Scientologists were infiltrating the government? I believe it was back in the 70s and 80s to try to topple our government. What have Christian nationalists done? And Donald Trump is not a Christian. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. He shows no humbleness at all, which is what God commands us to do. The TV ones in it for the money. That's right. My grandparents got taken out the wazoo by PTL. My maternal grandparents. My grandma thought that if she gave money to the bakers, that she would be healed. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So my grandmother passed away when I was 5. Just sad stuff, Fred says it's super easy to deal with Scientologists. Fred, I'm hooked on this channel called Cults to Consciousness. And her name is it Solis Ann? I think I said her name right. Hello, Vampy Rin. Welcome to the Galactic Café. And I just am fascinated by how she used to be a Mormon, LDS, and she left. Scientology and Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons are kind of the same. Christianity, it's interesting to me. How many subsects of Protestantism is out there today? It's interesting. Yes, that too. That too. I agree, Jamie. Oh my God, I get so tired of that. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, golly. Whew. It's like, you want to talk about male chauvinist pigs? I used to be told in church that if I didn't slim down by men of the church, I wouldn't find a husband. Tell that to Gorilla Man. Oh, he knows. He's heard it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I have 3 beautiful children. Those people are long gone now, but just there's a reason why a lot of the youth is not going to church anymore. They're tired of it. Hello, Corey7793. So your friend believed magical underwear. No. Okay. So my friend used to be LDS Mormon. They believe that Joseph Smith got these gold tablets from God here in America. And pretty much what he did was he rewrote the Bible and named it the Book of Mormon. Hello, Sharon Lean, author, book taught. Welcome. So, the Mormon church had to abandon polygamy back in the early 1900s. No, that's Scientology you're thinking of, Fred. No, Mormons have a magical hat with the tablets in it. Yeah, the underwear thing is so weird. They go to like the temple and they don't get married like normal people. Like they can have a wedding service like after the temple, but otherwise, most of them don't ever have a normal wedding. Really weird. I'm sorry. I mean, you can support him, but I really want to impress on you to do some research about him. You do know that he has adjudicated being an SA-er for the E. Jean Carroll case, right? That's why they're upholding that judgment, because he's going to have to pay for what he did. And I'm telling you, Jamie, this isn't the first time. There's a reason why he's mentioned in the E-Man files so much. I can't trust him. I don't like him. And I have done a lot of research along the way. I have a really good book for you to read, Jamie. It's called The Truth About Trump. That's right. Fred's got it right. There's a reason why Weisselberg and Michael Cohen served jail time for that man. Hello, Yoni 1 million. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. So just do your research, Jamie. And that's the cool part about being here, is that we can have our differences in political beliefs, but we can still be friends. We can still. So here's the thing that what is his name? He hangs out with Mary Trump. And he's a Muslim. He went to, what's funny is he went to Catholic high school. Hello, Earnhardt Construction. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. We can be different religions, different political backgrounds. We can be all that. But we can still have a basic foundation to build from. We can still believe in laws and democracy and ethics and values. But we don't have to impress our religion on people. Donald Trump's not a Christian. And I've met some pretty narcissistic Christians my whole life. That man's never given tithe. That man's never volunteered his time. That man has never been meek. Yep, that too. So you want to support him? That's fine. I'm not. We live in America. That man's from New York. And he wants to do away with the 14th Amendment? Dude, his family grew up in the Union. Not the Confederacy, the Union. When his grandfather came over here, yes, read that story. You'll find it very interesting. He landed in Canada, opened some brothels, got caught by the Canadian government, got kicked out of Canada. He then landed in New York, where he did the same thing. Germany came a-calling because he was draft dodging. Surprise, surprise. A Trump that draft dodges. And then he said, no, I'm a real estate developer. And then passed it down to Fred, who then passed it down to his children. By the way, they're all anchor babies for his mom. Anyways, but now we want to do away with birthright citizenship. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. No, let's not, and say we did. So frustrating. I am an immigrant to the United States. Now, my dad's side of the family has been here at least 7 generations. My mom's side of the family, let's see, 4. Nichols have been here a long time. So give me a break. I'm sorry, but that's one of the hallmark beauties of America, is it not? Is it not? We're a melting pot, and that's what makes America beautiful. here's the thing. Okay, here's what I love about this. Hello, Arthur Crit Hap. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. You're doing great today. Here's the beautiful thing about America. We have American food, but I love good Chinese food. I love good everything. And that's what makes America great. Mexican food. You know, we can bring in all these beautiful cultures. Who doesn't love a color bomb run for what's the Indian hey Isaiah, welcome. What's the Indian festival where you throw color bombs at each other? I love that. I think that's fantastic. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is not an American holiday or culture. It is when the Mexican government fought the French and won. That's not an American holiday. We have nothing to do with it. I mean, we supplied Mexico with weapons and stuff, but so yeah. Thank you for your support, Jamie. I appreciate it. And you know what? I get it. I've got other friends who believe in him. I just don't agree with. And you know what? That's the other beautiful part of America. Because of free speech, we can agree to disagree. Absolutely agree to disagree. So, oh man, I got to go through and update my stream elements. Yeah, there's a lot of big schedule changes happening here at Sci-Fi Mombie because of upcoming events. I will fill you in more after the 18th. So, the last 2 days have been brutal for me with the health issue I'm kind of facing. So and I still have to keep going. Mombie never stops. So, all right, well, let's get into some pop culture news, shall we? Let me switch over my screen here. Where are my saved? Instagram has been acting funny on Brave lately. I don't know what the deal is. Hello, Wall B32. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. But Jamie, the whole point is you're still my friend. I don't let politics and religion come between me and a friend until, you know, I've had to disconnect from people this year. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that, especially when I've known somebody over 2 years. That really hurts. That really hurts. You know? That's good. Okay, I'm trying to find my saved list on Instagram. Can I have it, please? Hello. Oh my God, Becky. This is so frustrating. Really? Really? Okay. Well, maybe we should do it like this. Michael Pennington. No, yeah, here we go. All right. Maybe. There we go. Maybe. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. As Michael Morris was talking about in the chat over on YouTube, Michael Pennington, best known for Tien Gerard, who was overseeing the construction of the second Death Star, passed away over the weekend. I believe he was he 80 something? He was 80. Hold on. God, please. He was 83. So rest in peace. Tian Jared. Interesting names Lucas came up with all the time, right? So, yeah. We're losing our legends fast. He was in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So, very sad. Seth Rogen dedicated the BAFTA win for the studio to Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara was really a great star of that show with Seth and the other crew members, cast members, and we will miss her greatly. Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. But he dedicated the BAFTA to that. BAFTA, sorry. All right. If I could get to my save stuff, I've got something really cool to show you. Maybe I just got to search it out. Malika Leaky Mucka. Maybe I should look it up. Tardigrade. Okay. So if you haven't watched Discovery, Star Trek Discovery, you probably don't know the issue about the tardigrade. Okay. This is it. Let me share my screen. Yeah, Bootsy's right here. He's asleep as usual. All right. This is a tardigrade. Sorry, you guys can't see it over here on TikTok, but it is a microscopic bug. You can only see them with a microscope. And this scientist found the tardigrade in moss. Now, for Discovery, they used for Discovery to jump through the micellar network tardigrades and fungus. But I guess tardigrades in space are supposed to be bigger. So this guy's teeny tiny. I mean, he's like really small. So very fascinating. I was like, man, they're going to like seeing this. That's pretty cool. So if you've never seen a tardigrade under a microscope, I highly recommend you do it. Tiny, tiny, tiny. They eat off the fungus. And they're considered a massive beast in the microscopic world. A tardigrade is difficult to see without magnification, yet it lives in moss, growing in everyday places. With a soaked sample and a microscope, you can observe these tiny but giant in their own world animals crawl around. Nat Geo's Ariel Waldman shares more fascinating details. So go check that out over on Instagram or natgeo.com. Pretty fascinating stuff. All right. Blue Earth 3 is coming. And Sir David Attenborough is set at 100 years old to narrate the new movie. So that'll be great. It is 2 weeks to Mando and Grogu. 22nd, get ready. Have you bought your tickets yet? You should. They're going fast. All right, here's one that is going to blow your mind. Okay, ready? GameStop is putting in a bid to buy eBay. Can you guess how much? How much is the bid? Bueller, anyone? Don't forget to smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream. Hello, Dorcas Carlisle. Welcome. I said your name wrong, didn't I? I hope. I'm terrible with screen names. I'm so sorry. Me too, confused to know. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe over on TikTok. Greetings to you as well. Live long and prosper. So anyways, GameStop, which was once bankrupt, but has fought their way back, has put in a 56 billion, yes, billion with a B, offer to buy eBay. What? Really? Really? 3 hours later. No, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely stunned by this report coming out of not only the Independent. Where did the exactly? Can I call you Carlisle? I feel better calling you Carlisle. Yeah, I want to know where the money came from too. It's like the money going to supposedly from the just spawned a couple billion, yeah, from somewhere, right? How much did they sell off for that? It's like the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. The Ellisons are pretty much tapped out after they bought Paramount. Skydance bought Paramount. So how in the world are they pulling the money together to buy Warner Brothers? Foreign governments, foreign investors. So that will be fascinating what happens there. What, Jamie? Well, Dark Princess from Diamonds. What a little spoiled brat. Okay. We're not talking about that right now, but that's okay. We're on pop culture news, so interesting. So during May the 4th, Gen Z, I know, I still want to know where that money came from, Carlisle. And I think we have the right to ask, especially when you're taking over such a big company as eBay. So Gen Z during May the 4th be with you said that the Clone Wars is their favorite series. So what's yours? For me, it's always going to be, because I'm Gen X, the original trilogy, always and forevermore, and in the books, because that's all we had. We had a shitty Christmas special. Well, WB is popular, Bugs Bunny. Yeah, but that can only sell so much, right? So, I mean, Ted Turner really pulled together a lot under Turner Broadcasting, and then he sold it under the AOL merger, Yahoo AOL merger. So America Online. I mean, that is just that's crazy to me. We don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, I know. Well, we should talk about it. The Lego Star Wars Christmas special was 10 times better. Yeah. Just too funny. I know. We didn't talk about it for years. I had to go digging around trying to find it, So, but tell me in the chat, what is your favorite Star Wars series? Right now, if I have to be honest, and I'm talking TV show, not movies. I really like Andor. Yeah, I love the original trilogy. No doubt. That is the best. Do you know what they're trying to do right now? Because people are so upset with the last trilogy. They are trying to write it off into its own universe and restart. They are asking Dave Filoni to do it. Yeah, that's monumental. We don't have Carrie anymore. How the hell is that going to work? Is Billy going to dress up like Carrie and they're going to have to CGI over that? Or, I mean, now, this is Universal, but Seth did a pretty good job on Ted being Bill Clinton, but they had to use AI for that one. Yes, that is Seth doing that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I think Millie Bobby Brown would make a great Princess Leia in her early 20s. So, thank you, Carlisle. Thank you for following me. Appreciate you. I think that would be glorious. There's so many great, bring back I still want them to finish. Okay. So what I heard, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but the Solo movie was supposed to be a trilogy because it's based off the books, the Corellian trilogy. I think they should finish that up because they left it hanging. Ron Howard left it hanging. I think that would be good because Donald Glover even wants to do it. So I think it'd be glorious. Yeah, interesting stuff. I agree. All right. So I saw something really cute. And if you don't know, Jen Aniston, well, we can use her as a Leia substitute. Yeah, you know, a lot of people have said that. You know, Billy does look a lot like her mother and her grandmother, no doubt. But she also looks a lot like her father, Brian Lord. So be a stretch. Be a stretch. I don't think her brother had any kids, but I'll have to research that. Don't really? You thought it sucked? I really liked it. Yeah, Billy. Yeah. I could see Carlisle says Solo sucked. I thought it was pretty good. But I like Ron Howard stuff, so you know. I say for Ron stepping in to take that over, I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, what sucked about it, honestly? Because every time I ask somebody that question about Solo, who the hell is this? No way. I swear to God. People. All right, hold on. Let's see. The story was lacking in my opinion, and I think the timing was a little fast. Okay, good points. The books also move that fast. Have you read the Corellian trilogy? I mean, I could see you have not. Oh, they're so what now? You're going to have to go find. They don't print them anymore, so you're going to have to go find them in a used bookstore or online somewhere. But they are really good, really good. So yeah, if the source material is fast, then I guess it's good. Yeah. Well, and I mean, there for a while, Lucas considered all the books to be canon, and then, hey, Knight Rider, welcome to Galactic Café. Then, of course, Jar Jar Abrams came in and, like he did to Star Trek, spewed off on a different timeline. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather all the books and the comics been made into the movies than what we have. So I am looking forward to Ahsoka season 2. Just I liked the first season. A lot of people did not, which I get it. So, but anyways, all right. Today is National Twilight Zone Day. Exactly. Michael, actually, I am no longer doing Tune Again on Mondays. I've had to stop doing some shows because of some life issues that are going on. So unfortunately, no. I can't continue. And I'll just let the cat out of the bag. I may be having surgery soon. So I'm trying to figure out, do I go on hiatus with the Galactic Cafe? Do I ask friends to fill in while I'll probably be better in about a week or two, you know? But yeah, no Tune Again. And honestly, I stretched myself too thin to the point where I've been getting burnt out, and I don't want that. I don't want that showing up in the chat. I don't want that showing up on the shows. So it's getting really tiring. So Adam Sandler likes to buy Jen Aniston flowers, which he will not say why. Hello, M. Patrick Furry and Flat Earth Lifer. every Mother's Day, which is interesting. A lot of people also believe that that is Women's Day. So I'm the mother of 3. I enjoy Mother's Day. I'm also the mother of several furry animals. I think we're up to 7 now. So, oh boy. But anyways, tell me in the chat what your favorite Twilight Zone episode is. Mine shall always be William Shatner's appearance. There's something on the wing. Love him. Love him. So just interesting little tidbit there about Adam Sandler. There's a lot of celebrities that were out there yesterday talking about their moms and all the good time. We went out for breakfast with the Grand Admiral Mombie, and love my mom. My mom is a rock, and I don't know where I would be without her. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. Belated. Forgot to post it yesterday. I was trying to stay off social media all weekend long because I just needed to, sometimes you just got to disconnect. So Ashley Graham says that she's a little disheartened that everybody wants to jump on the GLP-1 bandwagon because she thought that we had the whole body positivity thing down. Everybody has their reason. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. I'm a medical coder. I cannot diagnose, and I would not give medical advice anyways. Hello, Dapper Dave 75. Welcome to the Galactic Café. So I get where she's coming from. I've been fat my whole life. I know what it's like, but I had gastric sleeve 6 years ago. And if I can feel comfortable, it's up to you. If you want to feel comfortable in your own skin using a GLP-1, do it. Right? Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. But also try to have a good self-esteem image of yourself for body image. That's what it's really about. So interesting stuff there. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a new book coming out. And if I could have got my stinking saved stuff open, I could have showed it to you. See if I could open it again. Hello. Oh my God, Becky. I knew I should have opened the page before I started the show. All right, let's see if I can find this book. Oh, please. There it is. All right. Here is his new book. It's called Take Me to Your Leader. I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think he's fast. He's got some fascinating ideas, and we all want to know if there's alien life out there. We all want to know why we haven't heard from them. We all want to know this stuff. So Take Me to Your Leader, Perspectives on Your First Alien Encounter by Neil deGrasse Tyson. So fascinating. Lots of people are coming out with new, Christopher Lloyd has a new book coming out soon too. So that'll be fun. That comes out in October. All right, tell me in the chat, what is your favorite Twilight Zone episode? I want to know. Inquiring Minds. Hello, Abby Faithful over on Instagram. Welcome to the Galactic Café. Oh. All right, Martin Short has a new documentary coming to Netflix May 12th. It's called Marty, Life is Short. He's been through the ringer this last year. His wife passed away from cancer, and then unfortunately his daughter unalived. So he's just really had a rough time, and he keeps going. He keeps going. So, what lady missed? Favorite? Who's favorite? Favorite? What's that? Oh, Twilight Zone episode. Yeah. I know there's so many great ones. The other one I like is where the little girl disappears into the wall into another universe and they can't get her back, but you can hear her talking. That was always a creepy one to me. Just sad, you know? So, yeah, there are. The movie is good too. But the movie's kind of haunted, you know? They don't really show it anymore because of the Vietnam scene. So you have to go searching for it somewhere to find it, to watch it. So, all right, but that's all the pop culture news I have. If you have anything else, go ahead and go ahead and put that in the chat. Contribute to Carlisle. Thank you so much for the great conversation on Star Wars today. That's awesome. Love Star Wars. All right. How about the good news of the day? What in the world, Becky? I love it when I'm on the show and people want my attention. Oh, here I go yawning. Yay. Okay. Hold on a second. Sometimes you just want to stamp your foot at people and go, what is your problem? Oh, boy. Okay, that's not breaking news. You guys decided that last week. All right. So, Supreme Court. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, okay. I get most of my good news from goodnewsnetwork.org. Let's see what they got today for the quote of the day. You know, I need to get back into shopping. Where? I like shopping. Roll doll. I'm going to see He-Man on your birthday. Awesome. I have watched all of Thundercats, but I'm not doing the cartoon shows. I'm not doing a lot of the watch parties anymore. Like once I finish the Muppet show, that show's discontinuing. You know, I was going to try to do so much like Babylon 5 and what the hell was that? And all those other shows. I can't right now. I just can't right now. So, hello, Dapper Dave 75. Welcome to the Galactic Café. We're doing great today. So, hello, Papa Pollock the Third. Welcome. I hope you're doing great today over on TikTok. All right, let me share my screen. Today's quote of the day from goodnewsnetwork.org. The self is not something one finds. It is something one creates. Thomas Saza. Is that how you say his last name? I think that's how you say his name. The self is not something one finds. It's something that one creates. I agree with that. I agree. We all have to make ourselves better and further ourselves. It's just not something that's just given to you, you know. As we learn, as we grow, our personality grows with it. What we like, what we don't like, so on and so forth. Homeless man helps find and return stolen dog's ashes. Oh, receives thousands to get back on his feet. Who would steal a dog's ashes? Really? That's terrible. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Oh, it's my nervous tick. Now what? Okay. A Seattle man homeless for 7 years is getting a fresh start after he found and returned the priceless memorial relics of a deceased family dog. When Holly and Brandon Dunn's car was broken into in Seattle's University District, the thief made off with the most irreplaceable items they owned: the ashes, ceramic paw prints, and a memorial stuffed animal of their late Chihuahua, Tia. Thieves rarely look at anything they take. With time being squarely of the essence, they just grabbed everything that was not bolted down and go through it later. This was exactly what happened with Holly and Brandon's car, as the thief would later deposit the, to him, worthless remembrances in a bag in a dumpster. Oh, was it worthless? The homeless man named Chris came across the bag and, knowing it mattered to someone, held onto it until he spotted a flyer which the Dunns had put up. He didn't hesitate to reach out and didn't ask for anything in return. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh, I get enough sleep. It's just a nervous tick, I swear. Now, as Chris moves into his very first apartment after 7 years on the streets, hundreds are rewarding him for his good deed through a GoFundMe organized by Catherine Michi, who helped post flyers in search of Tia's remains. All right. It has so far raised $5,600 towards his rent, furniture, and care for Rio, a dog he rescued from the street. I just got off the phone with Chris, and he is absolutely floored with the support from this community, Michi wrote in a May 6th update. Thank you to everyone who is changing his life for the better. He is such an angel and deserves all the help. There are still $1,000 left before the fundraiser reaches its $7,000 goal. Donations can be made on the GoFundMe page. That's wonderful. See, I love stories of humanity like that. Dancers with ALS perform on stage again through digital avatars. Oh, cool. Brain interface technology allowed a dancer suffering from ALS to project her imagination onto the stage in the form of a mixed reality avatar that pranced around a theater in Amsterdam as part of its first-of-a-kind performance. Cool. Whether tense or free, timid or morose, the avatar encapsulates all the long years of training that saw Brianna Olsen become a successful dancer before the disease confined her to a wheelchair. That's just so sad. I hate this disease. We've got to find a way to get rid of it. The incredible moment gave Olsen a chance to dance again, something she had not been able to do for years after being diagnosed with, I never say this right, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. There we go. The most common form of motor neuron disease. I never dreamed that I would be able to dance on stage, she said. It was just a beautiful, memorable moment I will remember for the rest of my life. ALS affects the nerves, brains, and spinal cord, weakening and stiffening them over time, which can lead to difficulty talking, breathing, and swallowing. There is no known cure for the disease. We just lost Eric Dane, actor Eric Dane, to that. So it was really sad. A subsidiary of the Japanese conglomerate Dentsu Lab gave Olsen the opportunity to become involved in its Waves of Will project that sought to use advanced brain interface technology to help those living with disabilities recapture their personal expression and identity. Their new brain interface with the lab, developed in concert with the data tech firm NTT, uses an electroencephalogram headset that captures the brain activity of Olsen and translates certain electrical signals into dance moves. Olsen envisions how she would execute a move, and the interface delivers it through normal computer instructions to a projected avatar, which then performs the motion. Nice. Olsen told the BBC that it requires extreme focus and concentration to imagine the precise details of any particular movement for the avatar. She said that it did exactly what the project's aim was, to give personal expression back to someone like her who had lost that freedom. In December, the OBA Theater in Amsterdam, Olsen and her avatar danced around the stage as part of the Waves of Will performance, which Dentsu Labs called the first of its kind anywhere in the world. That's awesome. That's awesome. And here is a video on it. Let's watch a little bit. Waldy. Oh, wow. That is fantastic. Wow. I love that technology has grown this much to help people with disabilities. Beautiful. I love this project. Man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Let me see if I could share this. Yep, right there. Oh, Lord. Okay. I was going to try to share it over here on TikTok. Hold on, guys. Oh, H. Oops. All right. There is that dance from Miss Olsen. Go check that out over there on YouTube, but just beautiful. It was beautiful. All right. Good job. Australia becomes 30th country to eliminate trachoma, leading cause of infectious blindness. Interesting. Australia has become the 30th nation worldwide to eliminate trachoma as a public health concern, according to multiple statements. The leading cause of blindness due to infectious disease, Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders communities were still at risk of trachoma, where the bacteria which causes it has persisted for years despite its earlier disappearance from the rest of the country. Indeed, from the center of Melbourne or Sydney, one could imagine that Australia could continue to suffer from the neglected tropical disease that can be treated with simple hygiene procedures and antibiotics. But the remoteness of these indigenous communities has left them vulnerable to continuous transmission for decades until Australia implemented the National Trachoma Management Program in 2006. Trachoma is caused by the bacterium Chlamydia tracheomitis and spreads through close contact with infected individuals, contaminated surfaces, and flies that carry eye and nose discharge. Gross. Repeated infections can lead to scarring of the eyelids, turning eyelashes inward, and ultimately causing blindness if untreated. It can be eliminated comprehensively through the use of antibiotics to treat infection, promotion of facial cleanliness, and environmental improvement, as well as surgery for trichiasis if necessary. Over time, sustained screening, treatment, and prevention activities, including improvements in housing, water, sanitation, and hygiene, led to a steady decline in trachoma prevalence in rural Australia. The country's approach included adaptations to reflect its context, such as targeted treatment based on community-level data rather than mass drug administration. Elimination of trachoma is a win for those who whose lives have been impacted by a disease that is entirely preventable, said Mark Butler, Minister of Health and Aging of Australia. The majority milestone is thanks to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders leadership, community commitment, and sustained investment over many decades. The lessons from this work will inform how we approach other preventable health conditions in remote and regional Australia. Aboriginal community control health organizations and local health workers have been central to this success, delivering cultural safe care and community-led solutions. Australia is the 30th country to eliminate trachoma as a public health concern. GNN reported on Myanmar eliminating trachoma in 2020, which at the time made it the 12th country to achieve this. 18 more have achieved the same milestone, including Egypt. Good job, guys. That's great. All right, let's go over here. More good news on this day. 122 years ago today, Salvador Dali was born. Known for his striking and bizarre images, he is one of, if not the most famous surrealist painter in history. Inspired by Renaissance masters, Dali nevertheless gravitated to the surrealist movement in the early 20th century. He would live in France for the duration of the Spanish Civil War before moving to America and achieving commercial success. He was born in 1904. I love the one picture where it's got the clocks melting on rocks and tree branches. I have always loved that painting. After returning to Spain in 1941, Dali described his style as nuclear mysticism, containing elements of the major scientific discovery, mysticism, and the classics. His most famous work came before this, The Persistence of Memory, which depicts soft melting wristwatches on a seashore and is generally considered an ode to Einstein's theory of relativity. The Burning Giraffe is another perfect example of Dali's nuclear mysticism. A tall woman supported by crutches, a mainstay in Dali's work, is covered in drawers, an inspiration from Sigmund Freud's pioneering theory of psychoanalysis. Dali said that the only difference between immortal Greece and our era is Sigmund Freud, who discovered that the human body, which in Greek times was merely Platonical, is now filled with secret drawers only to be opened through psychoanalysis. Meanwhile, the burning giraffe in the background is a masculine apocalypse monster and is a reoccurring motif in his paintings. Interesting. I didn't know that. There are two museums devoted solely to Dali, one which is in St. Petersburg and the other in the town of his birth, Figueres, Spain. More good news on this date. Minnesota, a native Dakota word meaning clear blue water, was admitted as the 32nd state of the United States, calling itself the land of 10,000 lakes and being among the best educated and wealthiest in the nation. That was 1858. Andrew Carnegie, another one of those oil tycoons, I'm telling you, donated $1.5 million to build the Peace Palace near the Hague and home to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, Peace Library, and Grounds. That was 1904. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science was founded with the goal of achieving the arts and sciences of movies by funding student scholarships, maintaining film libraries, and celebrating its annual Oscar Awards. That was 1927. Oscars are 100 next year. What? Okay. Charges were dismissed against Daniel Ellisberg for releasing the Pentagon Papers to the press and the government citing misconduct. That was 1973. And I'm sorry, those papers needed to be released. We needed to know why the hell the Vietnam War started. The rock group Queen wrapped up their 46-date News of the World tour by playing the first 3 sold-out nights at Wembley Arena in London. That was 1978. More than 170 countries decided to extend the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. Here, I'll spit it out. There we go. Indefinitely and without conditions, 1995. Wow. 1,696 years ago today, Constantinople was dedicated as the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire by Emperor Constantine the Great. It would go on to become one of the world's greatest cities, everlasting and constantly evolving. In 324 CE, after the Western and Eastern Roman empires were reunited. The ancient Greek city of Byzantine, right? Byzantium, I never say it right, was selected to serve as the capital of the East and was renamed Nova Roma. It would outlast the Romans as well as the Byzantines to come after them and the Ottomans who came after them. Its original incarnation was home to extraordinary splendor, including the Hagia Sophia, the Hippodrome, the University of Constantinople, which contained the remains of the Library of Alexandria's collection, the Imperial Palace, the Golden Gate, and the Theodosian Walls, considered the most impressive fortifications in classical age. After the variety of barbarians overran Rome and other areas in the west, Constantinople became the seat of the empire. In the decades following the rise to power of Justinian I, many of those iconic monuments were built. By the time the plague of Justinian, the city's inhabitants may have numbered 500,000. Wow. Emerging from the dark age of Persian, Avar, and Bulgar, and eventually Arab attacks, a series of emperors starting in the year 717 definitely gave birth to the Byzantine Empire as a completely distinct historical entity that would last another 650 years. Throughout all the time of war and peace, wealth and want, the city was a center of so much of world affairs and influence across all lands west of India. The markets of Constantinople were the richest in the region. The architectural marvel spanned knockoffs around Europe, with St. Mark's Basilica in Venice copying the Hagia Sophia, and Caernarfon Castle in Wales copying the Theodosian Walls. Writer N.H. Baines, in his book on the great city, described the influence of art from this period thusly: Prince of Kiev, Venetian Doge, abbots of Monte Cassio, merchants of Amalfi, and the kings of Sicily all looked to Byzantium for artists or works of art. Such was the influence of Byzantine art in the 12th century that Russia, Venice, southern Italy, and Sicily all virtually became provincial centers dedicated to its production. 330, I call it AD, but I know I'm saying it wrong. 255 years ago today, Laskarnia Balbunia, never mind. A heroine of the Greek War of Independence was born. A naval commander, she was born in a Constantinople prison to a captain from the island of Hydra and his wife, who had been imprisoned by the Ottomans for being revolutionaries. Bolian joined the underground organization that was preparing Greece for revolution. She bought arms and ammunition for her own expense and bought them secretly to Sepses in her ship to fight for the sake of the nation. When construction of the ship Agamemnon was finished in 1820, she bribed Turkish officials to ignore the ship's size. It later became one of the largest warships in the hands of Greek rebels. She also organized her own armed troops composed of men from Sepses and used most of her fortune to provide food and ammunition for sailors and soldiers under her command. On March 13th, 1821, Balbulia raised her own Greek flag upon the mast of the Agamemnon, and the people of Sepses staged one of the earliest revolts several weeks later. She joined forces with ships from another Greek island to begin a naval blockade of the port of Nafplion near Athens. She also became the first woman admiral of the Imperial Russian Navy, which was assisting the Greeks until their victory 9 years later. Balbulina, I will get it right, was killed in battle against Algerian pirates midway through the war, but she and her ship were later memorialized on a coin by the Hellenic Republic. That was 1771. Pardon me, guys. Ooh, need a drink. 116 years ago today, the United States Congress established Glacier National Park in Montana along the Canadian border. The park encompasses over 1 million acres, 2 mountain ranges, 130 lakes, and more than 1,000 different plants and hundreds of animal species, including the threatened grizzly bear and Canadian lynx. That was 1910. Happy 85th birthday to Eric Burdon, the lead singer of The Animals, who sang House of the Rising Sun. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee also sang on Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood and We Got to Get Out of This Place. Burdon has often toured in the last decade and reunited with The Animals in Newcastle, the English city where the band formed in 1963, before becoming part of the British invasion that took America by storm. Burdon also joined the band War to help create such hits as Spill the Wine, Paint It Black, and Why Can't We Be Friends? He was born in 1941. 66 years ago today, the U.S. Food Drug Administration approved of birth control as an additional use for the GD-Seril drug Innovid, making it the first approved oral contraceptive pill following the largest drug trial ever run. The FDA already reviewed the issue of safety when it approved Innovid use for menstrual disorders in 1957, but at last they relented when John Rock, the renowned Catholic obstetrician and gynecologist, petitioned to let it be given to healthy women for long-term use for a social purpose to control their own pregnancies. That was 1960. Interesting. Well, happy birthday, Irving Berlin. Really? I didn't know today was his birthday. 138 years ago today, American composer and lyricist Irving Berlin, who was considered one of the greatest songwriters in American history, was born in Imperial Russia. The composer of hits like White Christmas, Blue Skies, Putting on the Roots. I've got my love to keep me warm. There's no business like show business. And we're dancing cheek to cheek. And God Bless America arrived in New York City with his Jewish family at the age of 5, escaping discrimination, poverty, and brutal pogroms. Berlin never learned to read music, but played his songs entirely by ear in the key of F sharp. What? He never learned how to write music? Never read music? Wow, that's incredible. Watch him demonstrate the unusual piano that helped him learn this, playing one of his humorous love songs, and interviewed by Dinah Shore and Tony Martin. He was born in 1888.
This is the funniest fucking thing I ever saw. This is a piano? Tony, that isn't a piano, that's two pianos. This is the first piano I ever owned. It's what we call a transform.
That's awesome.
Comes out work? Yeah. But you see, I only play an F sharp in the black. Oh, the black. That's right. Now with this.
Could I see that again, please?
The keyboard is movable. It's very simple. Simple.
Did you like the first
That's
one?
cool. So, hello, Kathy Judd. Welcome. So, Irving had a piano made especially for him, and the keyboard moved. So, imagine a upright stand-up piano, and it has a lever underneath the keypads that he moves back and forth because he only played in the key of F sharp.
We can hug and we can talk about the weather. I learned.
Oh, I love that song. Wonderful. All right, well, there's your good news of the day. Tell me what you think about that in the chats. Irving Berlin. Wow. Happy birthday. Hey, what's up, Power Ranger Donnie? How are you? Hope you had a good Mother's Day with your family. We had a good one here. Yes, Bobby Cox did pass away over the weekend. The famous Atlanta Brave. Yes, and Michael Pennington, also of Star Wars fame. Yep, that's true. All right, what are we talking about? Hello, Miranda MC. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe over on TikTok. I hope you're doing well today. So it was a pretty good weekend. It was beautiful here. I mean, it rained a couple times, but you know, hey, hugs to Donnie. The fans have turned on Rachel Ziegler. What else is new? Now what? For what? No, that's never a good thing. What is wrong? Okay, somebody explain this to me. What is wrong with Rachel Ziegler? What is wrong with Rachel Ziegler? Somebody explain this to me. I don't understand. I don't understand why everybody is so against her. It's like how they went after Melissa Barrera too, because she stood up for Palestinians. I think that's ridiculous. And hello, how was your weekend? I just think it's ridiculous. I don't understand what she's done. A lot of people just really did not like her after West Side Story. Excuse me, she doesn't have to keep her mouth shut. Just like you don't have to, and I don't have to. Wow. Did you really just say that? Wow. All right. I'm stunned, speechless here. And I shouldn't be. Wow. Hello, Renee. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Let's see. You know, I just don't understand why everybody has to be like that. You know, a lot of people tell me to shut up too, but they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. See, that's the thing that I'm really frustrated with over the whole Jimmy Kimmel and the talk thing. We deliberately have freedom of speech. People just like to hate. Yep. Definitely not adhering to our better angels, that's for sure. So my mom always told me if you can't see something nice, don't say anything at all. And I said that one day to one of my bullies. Yeah, didn't turn out well. This is a big week for us here at Sci-Fi Mombie. I know, Jamie, but I want to know personally why you don't like Rachel Ziegler. I want you to explain it to me, why you don't like Rachel Ziegler. I loved her in the Hunger Games prequel movie. I thought she was really good in that. Now, Snow White, no, that was a mistake. But as I was saying, this is a big week for us here at Sci-Fi Mombie. Autumn, the producer, graduates on Saturday from high school, and I am a proud mama. That's the other bittersweet thing about Mother's Day this year. All my children graduated high school. I'm very proud of my kids. Now, co-host Vic didn't do it the conventional way. Oh, actually, Tony Man didn't do it the conventional way either. Tony Man got to go to a program called Middle College, where he got to experience the college life and finish up his high school, and he loved it. Co-host Vic took the GED, and I have a friend that I work with that her child is having trouble passing the exam that co-host Vic took. So freedom of speech can be hard for some to let others have when it does. I know. What are you talking about? His show's not going nowhere. Now, I'll miss Colbert. I love Colbert. Jimmy's not going nowhere. Are you kidding? He's one of the highest rated shows on late night. There's no way. I'm mad about Colbert, honestly. I think the Ellisons kowtowed. So, hello, Maddie. Welcome to the Galactic Café over on TikTok. Hope you're doing great today. Is there some news that came out about Kimmel that I haven't heard? Okay, now I'm worried. Oh, please. You know, Melania Trump is suing Michael Wolff right now. He's the one that wrote Fire and Fury against Trump. And what is funny is Melania got it pulled into federal court, but now Michael Wolff's attorneys have asked for discovery. Yeah. And the judge has a hold of it now. You know, he has made statements because he knows, because he was with Jeffrey Epstein for a long time. Michael Wolff was gathering information for an autobiography. Is what he was doing. And he knows all the dirt that's in the Epstein files as well. He knows a lot of it. And I'm sorry, our first lady can say as much as she wants, but there's just too much evidence of what Mike Wolff is saying is true in the Epstein files. So, by the way, I find it so hilarious that we are releasing the UAP files, but we're not releasing the second half of the Epstein files. Nice distraction. Release the files. So anyways, let's talk about this UAP file for a minute. So I was watching a really cool YouTube video, and I need to find it again. And of course, it was AI generated, but it was written by a human. It wasn't the delivery was by an AI person. And the same group also did something about Sagittarius, the sun in the Sagittarius system, which I'll explain here in a second. But the theory is the reason why we don't hear from other cultures, other species, other aliens in the galaxy is because they're not broadcasting on radio waves. They're using something else. And the theory is most radio communications societies advance fast because it's about 126 to 156 years since the invention of that mode of radio transmission. And we're getting close to the end of that period for us as humans. So, we kind of talked about it last Friday, but what do we go to? Light waves, ESP. It's going to be very interesting what the next level of communication is. Look at what the government's already done with a lot of the airwaves. They've sold off some of the bandwidth. And with AI advancing as it is, we're going to move quickly to the next level of communication for humans. So that's why they were theorizing that's why a lot of these other aliens we don't hear from is because they're communicating in a totally different manner that we don't understand yet. And I thought that was fascinating. What do you guys think about that? So The same group was talking about the star in the Sagittarius, which is on Orion, the shoulder of Orion. The star in that system dimmed several years ago. And they thought that it was a dust cloud inhibiting the view of the star. Now they've changed their mind. They believe that star is starting to burn out. And they believe the discrepancy between the light we see from Sagittarius to Earth is like 700 years difference, which I thought that was fascinating, considering what was written on the Orville about the planet that goes in and out of phase into different universes. I thought that was fascinating. But they theorize that one day in the eastern sky, we'll have two suns for a short time. They don't know how long really, but we'll have two shadows, you know? And what will receiving that kind of light, that kind of energy from the Sagittarius star, which went supernova, will do to Earth if we're 700 light years away? Fascinating. But to have two suns? I don't know. Then I saw something else about, I'm trying to remember, it was on Instagram, that they think we have a bunch of exoplanets. Do you know what an exoplanet is? It's a planet without a sun that's just roaming the universe. I just call it a big ball of rock, but that's not what they're calling it. But they're thinking that a lot of these exoplanets are just floating around our solar system as well. Like we've had several, like there's so much gravitational pull of the sun that it does. Hello, buddy. C, welcome. That they theorize out past Pluto, there's another planet that's pulling our solar. To scientists, it seemed like our solar system doesn't generate correctly. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? A lot of good things I've found lately. I'm like, wow, that's pretty thought-inducing. So, very fascinating. We thought, you know, with the release of these UAP files, which I thought Trump already did in his first administration, but I was wrong. What are we going to find? What are we going to read about? I mean, I want to know why there's so many earthquakes going on right now around Area 51 in Nevada. At the former nuclear testing sites. You know, our president said he wanted to start testing nuclear weapons again, but we signed a treaty not to do that anymore. Like that matters. So what do you think? I know the other day I went to go download the files to start reading the UAP reports, and the link was broken. So I haven't gone back to try to retrieve it again because I've been like really busy, and I'll be busy this next weekend with the graduation. But it's just like nonstop until June here. So, and even then it's not going to stop. So, but what do y'all think? You know, there was a scientist I was watching. She's a geologist. I really like watching Stefan Burns. He's a geophysicist, which is cool. Humans are not too bright sometimes. That's true, Lady Miss. I agree. I agree. Yep. And that's sad. I really love the movie, is it Lucy? Where ScarJo has the drugs implanted in her body, and it leaks out and it unlocks her mind. Imagine if humans used all of those brain cells, how much different we would be. I mean, she pretty much went to like Vulcan status, like no emotions, straight computation in her brain. That was pretty fascinating. So, but anyways, there's a geologist who, there is a fault system out there past the Sierra Nevadas that slices California and Nevada apart. And it's her theory that one day Nevada will have oceanfront property because of this fault system moving. The whole, there's the Juan de Fuca plate, there's the Pacific plate, there's the North American plate. It's all moving all the time. We just don't see it, don't feel it. But there have been major earthquakes in the past 7 or 8 months, over 7 on the Richter scale. And Stefan Burns has put it together like there's a huge hole on the sun. Our sun, yes. Do you guys know this? And when it faces Earth, it puts off a lot of protons and a lot of energy from the sun. And it's really weird that when that certain spot on the sun hits the Pacific plate, we get a lot of big earthquakes over 7.0 on the Richter scale. So just interesting. But I still want to know, I hope he's not doing any more nuclear testing out there in Nevada. Dear God, need that going on. A lot of people got sick off all that testing in the 40s and 50s and 60s out in Nevada. A lot of people got sick in the St. Louis area because they were burying nuclear waste in St. Louis. There are towns around the St. Louis area that are uninhabitable because of that nuclear waste. California will become an island. That would be an interesting island. Would it just be called San Angeles? San Angeles Frisco. Oh, California and island. That's fascinating. He wouldn't care. I know. He does really dumb things all the time. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't try to think about it anymore because I thought we were smarter than this. But anyways, so what do you think about, I think the sun idea, yeah. I think the Sagittarius double sun idea was interesting. I think we would have seen, if it had gone supernova already, I think we would have seen it already, don't you think? But of course, that light takes over 700 light years to get to us. So, it's like, there's another channel that was talking about Google's supercomputer and how they said Google turned it off because it scared them. I'm like, what? What do you mean Google turned off their supercomputer? Okay. And it turned itself back on. Oh my God, Skynet is aware. Like these quantum supercomputers are returning information that people don't want to believe, or it scares them. So it's like at the end of Paradise season 2 on Hulu. It's been out for a while, people. Spoilers. A supercomputer was running the compound in Colorado under the Denver airport That was interesting. She put it under the Denver airport. So, yeah, I don't care. Thank you, TikTok. I don't care. Says the performance on your computer is low. And what else is new? But they're thinking about building a data center here in Marshfield, Missouri. And I'm going, please don't. And then do you guys know who Aaron Parnas is? He's a reporter. He was saying that they're getting ready to build a data center in Utah that is 2,000 Walmart stores. Big. I know how big our supercenter is here, and there's 5 of them. I mean, I can't imagine what 2,000 of them together looks like. That's a big drain on water and electricity. When the West Coast already has, water problems. I mean, the Colorado River is in trouble. So that was fascinating to me that he was reporting on it. The kids get on to me all the time. I use AI to generate some of my thumbnails. And they get on to me all the time. Like, would you stop that? I'm like, well, I don't know of any other way to generate them that would look good. So, right, Bootsy? He's out cold. He doesn't care. So what else are we talking about? Bueller. I can't type today or really any other day. All right, let's see if that does some wonders. Yeah. All right. Dun, 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 dun. So I watched Greenland 2, Migration, with Gerard Butler and Morena. I never remember her last name. Really good. Really good. Oh, I already sent it. Bummer. Okay. I highly recommend it. It's pretty interesting. So the Clark comet hits the Earth 5 years before. And they make their way to Greenland in an underground bunker for the United States. Well, the volcanoes in Greenland are being activated by severe turbulence across the globe, and it destroys their bunker. So they have to go find a place. Well, that Clark comet hit in France. So they have to find a way to get to France. And unfortunately, he's passing away from radiation poisoning. Hello, bears. Welcome to the Galactic Café over on TikTok. Hope you're doing well today. So they make their way, and the comet was so hot, and it had, the material around Earth that it created a whole new place to live. And the gravitational pull of that one area was causing massive radiation storms across the globe. So pretty interesting. The first movie was really good too. But what was interesting was fragments of the comet was still out orbiting around our planet, and it would come down every once in a while. And oh man, did it do devastation. And there were countries fighting over the crater, the Clark crater, and just sad. But I highly recommend you watch it. It is on HBO Max right now. Totally worth it. So Gerard Butler's awesome. I really enjoyed him in How to Train Your Dragon, the live action movie. And of course, he's in the cartoon. He's the dad in the cartoon. So really good stuff. I haven't heard anything since last Thursday. Yeah, I get it. The good stuff. I think my fingers are going to fall off trying to get to 29,000 hearts over on TikTok. I don't think it's going to happen today. Oh, it has to be today. Bummer. All right, just keep going. I haven't heard anything since last Thursday. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sleepy. I slept good last night. That's the sad part. What, everybody fall off the earth over there? I don't want to restart. Let's see here. Dun, 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 Flash. Ah, there's a good movie. I mean, even though I'm changing the schedule up here at Sci-Fi Mombie, we're still going to do It's Your Turn to Scream. We're still going to do the holiday streaming episodes. I just, this whole time from now until whenever I heal from surgery is just going to be crazy. I usually try to start It's Your Turn to Scream in August because we have so many great classic and new movies I want to watch with you guys that, I just set it all up and rearrange everything. And we just watch horror movies. Like I show Gremlins twice a year because Gremlins is not only a horror movie, but it's a Christmas movie. So that might come back and bite her on the butt. I hope not. I mean, I try not to run myself too ragged. So I don't want to multi-host with someone. Why are they forcing us to do it on TikTok? No. That's ridiculous. Go live for the goal. Yeah, I am. So here is Power Ranger Donnie's new SoundCloud upload about NBC's Centurion. Yeah, Centauri. NBC is 100 years old this year. Wow. It's crazy. Was NBC the first? That's not what I wanted. Yep. NBC is, according to Saturday Evening Post, NBC is the oldest broadcast network in the United States, founded in 1926 by the RCA Corporation, who was the parent company of General Electric. Nice. It actually started January 1st, 1927. No. On January 1st, 1927, NBC made the bold move of splitting their radio stations into two distinct broadcasting strategies. The Red Network, built on the back of WEAF, would run music and entertainment, while the Blue Network, with WJZ, would run unsponsored content, news, and cultural programs. ABC became the Blue Network in 1943. ABC innovated to the use of pre-taped radio programs at a time when the other networks relied heavily on live shows. Nice. CBS took to the air in 1929. It was founded by William S. Paley, who bought the 16 radio stations of United Independent Broadcasters and reorganized them under the new name. Paley had a number of dynamic approaches to getting his affiliate stations involved with the network. Wow. Dumont Television Network. went online in 1946, although it went out of existence in 1986. That's sad. And of course, Fox started, hold on.
Hold, please.
Fox went online October 9th, 1986. Founded by Rupert Murdoch and Barry Diller. So pretty much if you think about it, because Dumont went out of business in 86, Fox kind of took over those airwaves. So, it began with The Late Show starring Joan Rivers. Wow. The prime time launched on April 5th, 1987 with the Married with Children and Tracy Ullman Show. Cool. Very good, very good. By the way, I've switched up Fridays in case you're curious. It's going to become Fabulous Fandom Fridays. We'll talk about all things of our favorite franchises. So, yep, I can't. NBC is the oldest, 1926. Very cool. And just think, it all began over the radio. We didn't have television until the 1950s. First color television station was CBS in 1953, right? That's the 60s. Hold on. That's wrong. Don't listen to me. Developed by the RCA Corp between 1946 and 1950, it didn't really become popular till the 60s. I'll say the first colored television station here was KOLR. And they were the first television station in the Ozarks in 1953, but they were called KWTO. Actually, they had color television all the way back to 1944, but they just had to work on it, I guess. Oh, the cost. Okay. Makes sense. I'm lucky? Nah. You miss the old ABC? I don't. What do you mean? What do you mean it's all drama? You're like, I don't understand. Like the shows, the news. I don't understand. If you're just talking about the talk, that's just news. I mean, a lot of people complained about soap operas. A lot of people complained about, is anybody ever happy? Is anybody ever happy? Seems like even CBS seems to be getting rid of their comedy. I've noticed that lately. Ow. Matt Damon, 350 earthquakes reported since Friday in Southern California. Wow. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have been sued over a recent movie inspired by a true story. Well, alrighty then. Yeah, mostly happy. Yeah. $4.7. Are they doing fracking out there? It's out there by Imperial County. It's like a huge swarm of like 354 earthquakes. Nah, he's asleep. Actually, if I gave him tuna, I got to give everybody tuna. Lady Miss is happy right now. Ooh. 6 people found unalived in a train car. That's terrible. All right. Well, it is now 4 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock on the East Coast, 2 o'clock on the West. So I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Great discussion day. Hey, that's what she said. Welcome. Hope you're doing great today. So tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. Well, see, it's not just Daisy and Boots. We've got Sergeant Socks. We've got Lieutenant Slinky. We've got, hey, Penny. We got Director Shimmer. We got Lieutenant Millie. And we've got now Sergeant Dottie. So we have too many cats. I'm still missing a cat. I don't know where he's at. His name's Bear. So I don't know where he's gone. Miss my baby. Oh, super show today. Thank you. I don't know. I don't think I'm that spectacular. I don't know what it is, but you know, I just don't want to Instacart. Oh, I need the money, but I don't want to. I get like that some days. I'm like, oh, I worked all weekend. Well, and that's the thing though. If he shows up, of course, Gorilla Man and the boys still live where we used to. So, I mean, hello, Chad. Welcome. I don't know. Slinky acts so much like Bear that it makes me wonder just a little bit. So, all right, y'all. No, it was. Oh, me ranting. All right, guys. No shows until Thursday night in the Sci-Fi Mombie studio, which is devoted to Battlestar Galactica. We're almost done with 1978, you guys. We have 4 shows left, I think. Metal detector for finding kitty cats. Oh, yeah. Well, see, here's the funny thing about that, though. What happened was, I guess the window wasn't latched correctly and the top pane slid down during a thunderstorm. And I almost lost Millie too. Lieutenant Millie. And I caught her before she ran out the window. But Bear took off and we haven't seen him since. My dad says that they went out to PetSmart to get something for my mom for her fish tanks. And they were doing a big adoption thing out there. And he walked by. There was this big old black cat that he says, I know Bear anywhere. And I could have swore that was him. Well, he couldn't get a hold of me that day. And he walked up to the cat and called him Bear. And he walked right up to my dad. And I'm like, Dad, you should have adopted him. I said, it's probably Bear. But yeah. I hope he just got a good home. Black cats around here in Missouri are mistreated so bad. It's mean. They're mean to them. So anytime, black cats are lucky for me. Anytime we see a black cat, we adopt them quickly because we know they're not gonna. We'll take care of them, right? So, all right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you back here tomorrow beginning at 3. See, I want to love dogs. I just have really bad allergies to them. And they're great animals. I love how loving they are and protective. I just can't have one. I love beagles. When I heard, yeah, crazy allergies. When I heard about that facility that was rescued those 1,500 beagles from research, animal testing, I was like, oh, I want one of those, but I'll be sitting here sneezing my butt off all the time. So, I don't do the cats though. I don't know. All right. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Come back here tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific for the Galactic Cafe. Like I said, it's Taco Tuesday. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about something. Any questions, concerns, comments, email me at questions@sci-fi-mombie.com. That's questions@sci-fi-mombie.com. All right, guys. Take care. Pay it forward. Kill them with kindness. Flash someone a smile because you never know when somebody's having a bad day. As my mommy always said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But, stand up for what's right. There's more that unites us than divides us, and science fiction definitely unites us. All right. Later, party people. Oh, by the way, thank you, Lady Mist, Penny, Jamie Lynn, Fred, Power Ranger Donnie. Who else was here? Oh, Michael. All the way back up here. Michael Morris, Fred. I think that's everybody. Anybody who was lurking. Sometimes we have lurkers. They just don't talk, which is okay. But I'd rather they start talking in the chat. That'd be great. All right, guys. Bye.
Beaming through the cosmic haze, lights flash in neon blaze, retro rockets start to soar, sci-fi Mombie wants much more. Sci-fi Mombie breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene, warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie, no matter where you are. Binary beats and signals hum, space age stories, here they come, with quirky charm and cosmic flair. Sci-fi Mombies everywhere. Ray guns pop and galaxies twirl, Mombie's mind is out of this world. Sci-fi vibes that never get old. Welcome to the future bold. Sci-fi Mombie breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene, warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie, no matter where you are. Ray guns pop and galaxies twirl, Mombie's mind is out of this world. Sci-fi vibes that never get old. Welcome to the future bold. Sci-fi Mombie breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene, warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie.